the history of Nintendo consoles, as you see about these green consoles right here. You can go to next panel. Today I'll be selling about my passion topic, how and where did I get all my information, new questions or wonderings. I'm gonna be selling a bunch of stuff today. Next, Nintendo, my passion project. The topic I chose is the history of Nintendo game consoles. I chose this topic because I love retro video games, playing them in my free time. Many people around the world play video game competitions and even play them for a living. And yeah, I already covered both questions already pretty much. So yeah, you can go next. Nope. Okay. What is a game console? We gotta answer this question right now. So, a game console is an electronic device that outputs a video signal or an image to display a video game on a TV. Home consoles are placed in a permanent position connected to the TV. But handheld consoles you can take everywhere, and the entire system is in one device. Okay, next. Okay. Nintendo was originally founded to sell playing cards called Hanafuda, meaning flower cards. Up until the 1970s, Nintendo started to make electronic devices. The Nintendo Entertainment System was released in 1983 with its own game cartridges, so it could play a different kind of game in each cartridge. Some games, for example, Donkey Kong and Super Mario Bros. Which a bunch of people probably know what Mario is. Okay, next. The very first Nintendo console. The very first Nintendo console was called the Game & Watch. This is its logo, and this is what it looks like. A little guy trying to catch a ball. Okay. So the Game & Watch was created in 1980, and it was created by a guy named Gunpei Yokoi when he saw a bored businessman playing around with a calculator on a train. So this inspired Gunpei Yokoi to make a compact toy for adults to play while passing the time on buses or trains. The Game & Watch had a screen just like a calculator, and it was Nintendo's first success. Next. Hit it. Okay. The Game Boy series. The first portable console was released in 1989 called the Game Boy. This one with the green screen right here. So, yeah, that one right here. Oh yeah. The Game Boy required, oh no! Well, you have to pay for that. Anyways, The Game Boy required batteries, but could also be connected to an AC adapter, so it could be charged and played for way longer playtime. Over the years, there were new model. Nintendo released way more models of the Game Boy, like the Game Boy Pocket, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance SP, and lastly, the Game Boy Micro. Even though the Game Boy Micro was not that successful at all. No, it wasn't, but yeah. Anyways. And then the Game Boy, in 2005, the Game Boy production ended and sold 120 million units. Hit it. Okay, back to this slide you have to make it, huh? So, Nintendo today, as in today. After the success of the Game Boy, a few more consoles were created, such as the GameCube, Nintendo DS, Wii, and the most popular today, the Nintendo Switch. In 2023, Nintendo made a movie called the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And the Super Mario Bros. Movie was so popular that it's at top 5 at number 4 up to this day. It's at the top 5. It's so popular. You can go next. Well, wait. Go back. Just to tell you, this is a little clip from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. You can before you can go. Okay. What am I still curious about? So, what am I still curious about? Some questions I still have about my topic are, number 1, even though the first Nintendo product Nintendo company sold was not an electronic, I am curious to know how the Hanafuda flower cards were all played. Number 2, the Game & Watch had an LCD screen with hand-painted components, and I would like to know how they were able to hand-paint frames into a game console. I would like to know how was that possible in that day, back in the day. Lastly, at number 3, I am curious to see how popular Nintendo Switch 2 will be worldwide. Oh, Nintendo Switch 2 will be worldwide. And from the last slide, I forgot to mention that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be coming out June 5 of this year. So yeah, I'm wondering how popular it'll be worldwide. Okay, next. So these are the sources I used to gather information for this POL. Wikipedia.com, videogameconsolelibrary.com, Nintendo.fandom.com, recordhead.biz, Investopedia.com, thenumbers.com. A bunch of websites. You could go. Reflecting on this year. So, sources. Reflecting on this year. So, reflecting on this year. What learning have I found to be the most interesting this year? One of the things I enjoyed this year was learning about mythology from different cultures. The story about the Japanese god and storms of sea and learning about the story about the Japanese god of sea and storms was interesting because of the accent leading up to his battle with an 8-headed dragon. 8 heads. Imagine having 8 heads. That'd be crazy. A favorite memory or activity. When I think about the time we walked in groups to make globes and that we dipped strips of cut newspaper into left next door and sticking it onto a globe. It was a dirty but fun and exciting process. I'm getting a bit sweaty here. Okay. What I want to know next, deal. What I want to know next, deal. I would like to learn plant science to understand how plants grow, what they're made of, and how they affect Earth. Yeah, go. Go. So, my growth as a learner this year. Okay. This year, I have become more confident in multiplication. Even simple math problems seemed hard at first of multiplication when I saw them in paper, but now whenever I see them, my brain knows how to solve. My brain knows exactly how to solve them. I used to have a hard time answering the questions about stories, and then I learned how to annotate as I read. It helps me find the answers quickly. And annotate means like highlighting things from the story so you can use them to answer your questions later on. Yep, it helps you find answers quickly. Next. Let me just check something real quick. I'm just checking on the slide so loud. Okay, just checking. What kind of learner am I? So my class, me and my entire class took this quiz telling us of what kind of learner we are. And when I finished the quiz, it turned out I was a visual and a kinesthetic learner. This means I learn better by seeing examples and do physical activities. Oh yeah, one more thing. Yeah, I forgot. Here are some strategies I can use in class to help me learn best. One strategy can be to ask questions whenever I need assistance. I can walk around and see what classmates are doing during projects or class assignments. Next, you're right now. I just want to do that. Habits of heart and mind I used this year. Working in collaboration with classmates. We forgot to put a period. I was always open to listening to others' ideas and helping in situations. I'm reminded of the time when we were preparing for the story walk and everyone in my group was supposed to choose a mythical creature for our story. The creature I chose was non-mythical, but my group decided it was okay. And lastly, thank you for your attention and coming to my POL.
Questions and celebrations.
Okay. 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 So, what questions do you? Oh, there's a bunch of. The one with the black straddle. Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was really good, and I loved the pictures. And I feel like you remembered things so good. I feel like you have a talent in remembering things. Because you just looked at your paper for like a second, and then you like said everything. So I feel like that was really cool.
Okay. I just can't remember everyone's names. The one in the green sort.
I thought that was incredible. You like glanced down and then you like just like read a whole paragraph, and you also were like making so many jokes the whole time, and you felt like comfortable. It was so good.
Okay, Katrina.
This was fun, engaging, and very detailed. I thought I knew a lot about the topic, but I learned a lot of new details that I didn't know before. Thank you, Daniel.
Alonso.
I really like that you made it the Nintendo because my personal favorite character has to be Mario, the number one. And as a matter of fact, I have a Game Boy at home,
Ooh.
and a lot of the games that you just showed, I actually played on my Game Boy, and I really enjoyed everything, how you made jokes, like Olivia said, and how you read an entire paragraph, and you also made everything look funny. And what I really love the most out of all of this is that you were confident on yourself. You never doubted yourself. You made yourself look like you know how you look really smart, to be honest, and I love that you're always confident on yourself.
Gotta be my favorite comment.
Thank you.
Okay, Zayden.
Well, I want to say I'm very proud of you, Daniel. You really controlled the room as you spoke. You looked at everyone. You were really engaging, and you were an expert on this topic. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I looked at the entire room, you mean?
Yeah, like you were looking at people while you were speaking. You did a great job with that.
So yeah, I looked at everyone. Okay,
I like the animations you did on your PLO, and I think the passion project subject that you did was a good idea. And I like how you had all these like clips and how you made all really funny jokes out of all of them. You were sort of like acting like a commander to G.
what to Zayden?
Thanks to Jaden.
The fans? Oh.
It's called
A commander. Like, next.
Oh, okay, I get you. I
and
get you.
it's good to be like that. It's
So
good to be funny.
sometimes it can.
The one in the back.
Aisha? Or Leilani?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of your presentation?
Well, if I had to say, it's what's behind me right now. Thank you. I really like animation. It's pretty glowy and stuff, but still, it's pretty cool. It fills up the entire screen. The makes it for your attention rolls and goes running and running forever and forever.
And Daniel, would you like to pick one more? We have time for one more.
Who's gonna be those? Yeah, those two people.
Two people.
The one with the hoodie. Jamal.
What was something you found surprising in your research?
Something surprising? Something surprising about my research. I'm not sure if there was anything surprising. Everything was so interesting. But I was surprised that the Game Boy actually used an AC adapter because I thought you only needed batteries, because I never knew you can actually have an AC adapter. So that was pretty cool to find out. Okay.
One
Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you again for listening and your attention for this presentation.
One more big round of applause.